A typical day in the library is definitely not typical. Every day is different, and that's why I love the job that I do. We serve all students and staff, so meeting the needs of all the students and staff every day, along with troubleshooting technology issues and teaching library lessons and promoting book clubs and reading incentive programs. We just have a full plate, and I absolutely love what I do. And what drew me was my love for reading and spreading the love for reading. I was a teacher before, as you know, in Texas. You have to have your master's in library science and you have to have taught 2 years. And my mom was an English teacher, and so I've just always loved reading, and I love to share that love of reading with other people, students, staff, everyone.
I really love to get to know my students so that when I'm searching books and book reviews come across my desk, I can think of, oh my gosh, Jake would love that book, I need to buy that for him. When a student asks me for a book and we don't have it, and I love to go and search it and find that book so I can order it and make sure the next time that child is here, I can say, look what I found for you. Because my goal is to nurture the love of reading and to help children understand that reading can be an escape when they can't go anywhere. Reading books can be windows into other worlds. Books can be mirrors that reflect things that are happening in their lives. And when I see a student in the hallway on Monday that says, hi, Ms. Foster, see you Wednesday, that just makes me so excited that they're excited about coming to the library and they know when their library day is, and that I'm helping nurture that. That's my favorite part. One of the goals in the library is to make sure that we are enriching and enhancing the lessons and the learning that are happening in the classroom. And for example, first grade is going to be doing animal research in their classroom next month, and they've asked me to cover how to look up books in the catalog and help the children learn how to write down the call numbers and be able to search for those books on the bookshelf. We're going to talk about fiction versus nonfiction, and then I'm going to be teaching them how sometimes a book might not have all the information they need, and I can introduce them to the databases that we have and teach them how to look up information on the databases as well.
And then this one, as you can see, is about pirates. They drew an island and you see all the waves. And then I really like this one, a flawless sky sunk in the sand, a mind clouded with shooting flames. So they illustrated the sun and showed the flames shooting out. All right, so there's no right or wrong way to do it. Just have fun and be creative. Just make sure your poem makes sense. Don't just grab random words. We want the poem to have meaning. The English teachers bring their classes, so I always try to have some type of lesson that ties in their curriculum or supports them in some way. And so today we are going to be doing a lesson called Blackout Poetry, which not only ties in their curriculum, but it is National Poetry Month. So I try to have some kind of fun, creative lesson for the students, but also that supports the teachers. What I've done is I've taken books that were being weeded, that were falling apart anyways, and we take out the pages, and students are able to use that printed page to come up with a unique poem. So they pull out words and phrases and create a poem from the words on those pages, and then they black out or color out the other words that aren't being used so that only the words that they chose stand out.
That whirled a fierce and ruthless manner, in truth, I know that I was recalling it.
I made an observation about this book while I was watching the video, and I'm gonna see if any of you pick up on the same thing that I noticed. I'll ask you when we finish watching the book trailer.
I'm Joanna Ho, and I wrote Eyes That Kids in the Corners.
I want to make sure every single student in our school feels represented, welcome, and understood. And so one of the things I love to do when I'm planning the library programming is to make sure that I am honoring their cultures, their customs, their holidays. I love to celebrate Chinese New Year. I love to teach about Diwali. I love to talk about Dia de los Muertos and all of those things that not every family has an experience with. And I love to turn the library into those holidays and share those traditions, not just with the books, but with the costumes and with the decorations and all of that stuff. It brings me joy to see the kids have so much joy. And one of my goals for the library is to teach about other cultures and other customs and show them that books can help you learn about those things. If I want to inspire travel, I want to inspire acceptance and understanding of everybody that's out there, because we know that that's what's going to change the world, is when kids feel like they are understood and they understand that just because someone is different than them, whether the way they look or the way they celebrate, that doesn't mean I don't have something to learn from them and I can't spend my time with that person, getting to know them.
Technology has made a huge impact in the library world. So librarians have to be tech savvy and keep up with all of the current online resources so that we can utilize those to support the curriculum and to share those with students and staff. So One thing that I do here is teach them how to access the databases, which are online encyclopedias, magazines, periodicals, journal articles, and help them find the ones that are most relevant for their projects and schoolwork. One of the things I think I'm most proud of is when I first came here last year, was my first year. We were in the middle of COVID, as you know, and a lot of the students were doing remote learning, and this campus did not have very many ebooks or audiobooks. So I was able to get a platform called Sora, which hosts ebooks and audiobooks, and I've been building that collection. So even though students are back on campus now, they still have access to these online ebooks and audiobooks anytime the library is closed. So Christmas break, summer break, 24/7 access, which I'm very excited about.
Well, I'm super, super excited about our new Lego wall and our Makerspace Lab that is also just being developed so that the kids can not only have the literacy aspect of the library, but also the maker aspect of the library and the designing and engineering aspects. We want to promote creative thinking, collaboration, problem solving. All of those things tie into the total child, and we know that in the classroom we have a limited amount of time. We have specific concepts we're supposed to cover, specific TEKs we're supposed to meet. So if the library can be an extension of some of the things they may not have time to do in the classroom that are real world experiences that prepare us for future real world success, I feel like the library can be a great place for that, to bridge those things. And when I see students coming and having to, design something, the engineering process, work with another student to problem solve, we know that these are going to be real world skills that they're going to come up with in the future in their real lives.